Some facts now about women in America's prisons. The average age, 29. 39% are white, 40% black, 17% Hispanic. And at Metro, 99% of the inmates are mothers. But as we said, there's something else very disturbing and new that we learned. Increasingly, America's hospitals are releasing mental patients who then end up warehoused in the prison system. Prison doctors are overwhelmed, and the patients often confined to white cells with the only human contact, a voice on the other side of the door.
Get it! Well, that's all in it! Oh, I like that sound!
Across the compound, the CERT team is being called into action. They had told us earlier of their worst fear.
And what's the scariest situation for you all?
My scariest moment is when we have to go in on the inmate who has blood.
Now they're facing it. A psychotic woman bleeding from a hole in her forehead caused by banging her head on the wall.
And being that she has a hole in her head, it's down to the brain, down to the bone, the skull. At times she gets very aggressive, very agitated.
The CERT team moves in to subdue her so that the medical staff can give her a shot.
Inmate, calm down. They ordered a forced medication for you. What you're gonna do now, you're gonna stick your hands through the flap. Inmate, stick your hands through the... This is your last instruction.
I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna lay down.
It takes 4 minutes, but the prisoner was subdued and given her shot.
When these cuffs are taken off you, you put your hands on top of your head.
I need to talk to you.
Okay.
I need to talk to you.
You'll talk to me after it's over.
Yesterday you said you won't talk.
Okay.
You just left. Huh?
This time you need to be quiet. When these cuffs are taken off of you, you put your hands on top of your head, okay?
Will you please talk to me?
I sure will.
The doctors at the prison say they're forced to treat inmates once treated at hospitals.
There are many women here who, you know, years past, they never would have seen the inside of a prison. They would have been treated in an inpatient setting.
Just checking, I couldn't hear you there. Any mental health needs today? Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
A counselor checks in with his schizophrenic patient through a thick prison glass because direct contact would be too dangerous, and security guards are already spread too thin.
Everything else okay?
I'm hearing and seeing things.
How often?
Every 5 minutes. Yes.
Tell me about it.
It seems like looking real quiet in my room, and I turn around, it's like I was seeing snakes and spiders crawling all over me.
The woman behind this door has been in solitary confinement for more than 3 months. As we move down the hall, we're shocked to see women in bare white rooms. Nothing in them but pieces of paper to cover them. Cameras record their every move. The warden says these women are so self-destructive that even a few threads of clothing could be deployed for suicide.
For instance, an inmate could take this particular clothing, they could tear just the lining out here, they could just rip it down and make a noose out of it.
I try to talk to one of the women who tells me that she was once a business student at Auburn State University, but she just can't get her brain to focus.
So when you say you've been having trouble just sort of thinking about things, what's it feel like when that happens?
It's mostly just confusing. It's kind of scary.
Some of these women are so mentally impaired they're being trained to brush their hair, brush their teeth. Small treats and candy are their reward. Half of all the drugs dispensed in this prison are for mental illness. Depression is so rampant the hot contraband is not cocaine, but Xanax, Klonopin, Valium. There are daily pill calls, and the prisoners' mouths are checked to ensure that the drugs are not being stored inside their cheeks so that they can sell them later. The medication allowed Patricia Hill to rejoin the general population in prison. She has schizophrenia.
God has really been with me, you know. He's really been with me.
She says years ago, she was living her dream.
Oh, girl, let me tell you, I was doing good. I was 23, had my own place, had nice furniture and stuff in my home, and I was working, and I was finna get ready to do a movie. I was gonna dance for a living.
But Patricia Hill beat and stabbed her 3-year-old daughter to death. The child was found draped with a black slip and a single rose nearby. Hill says it was because of the orders she was receiving in her head.
They were saying to you,
Yes, I didn't know I was sick. I didn't know what to tell. The only thing I was saying was yes to everything, because I didn't know I was sick.
what's justice? I mean, what's the right thing for you,
Justice.
given what you did? What do you think it is?
To me, justice is looking inside of a person to see what that person really like.
But her sentence is life. As I leave the room, Patricia Hill remembers and shows me the dance that she says was once the ticket to her dreams. We are back now with the CERT team, and the woman who had been banging her head seems calm. The team debriefs, relieved after the scare.
Bodily fluids, blood, anything like that, that's high. That's a 10. That's maxed out. Because anytime they can get anywhere on you, and you have to be sure that you protect yourself when you go in.
For my video diary, I take a camera through the hall once more.
When you look at them, they're in these completely bare walls. They have nothing in there because there's nothing there allowed them to have to hurt themselves with. And you think, well, that alone would make it deranged. And yet, that's the option that they have.
But even here in this most desolate hall, in a desolate place, a woman sings me a song of hope.
I shall mount up with wings like an eagle, oh yes.
Every person you talk to keeps saying, I'm trying to get a hold of myself. I'm holding on. So much religion, so much daily holding